Myles took that away from you guys defensively in that second half? They just scored 72.
We know they're a hard-playing team. I think in the first half we did a good job of controlling the boards, but that got away from us in the second half. You give those guys opportunities to score, they're going to take advantage of it. So on the defensive glass, then we got to be a lot better down the stretch.
Were you told anything about that legal screen? Did you think it was?
Just in my experience in this league, I think it's the best when the players decide the outcome of the game. I think it's unfortunate that it happened. We reviewed it; they still called it a legal screen, but it's the playoffs, man. I feel like DiVincenzo did a good job of selling it, and for the most part, you can't leave the game to be decided by the refs. So we have to take accountability as well. So of course it's right at the game. I'm a little fresh with my emotions about it, but we know at the end of the day that we can't get to that position. So I think the last 2-minute report, we're all looking forward to that coming out. I think there was 2 controversial calls. We had to use our challenge on one call, Tyrese, and then the kickball by Aaron Neesmith that was not a kickball. You clearly see it on the replay. So, like I said, it's unfortunate, but it's just we can't put ourselves in that position.
You mentioned the boards changing. I think you guys only threw 2 offensive rebounds in the first half. Just what was different as far as what happened in the last? What did they do better? What did you guys not do?
Well, we knew they were going to come out charged up. It's just it's a staple of the way they play, and we just didn't respond to that punch fast enough. So, the good thing is that's one of the things that we can control, and one of the things that we can win more in effort plays.
Myles, even if the 2-minute report comes out tomorrow and shows that the call should have gone the other way, like for you guys, it still counts like it's a loss. And how do you guys take that if that turns out to be the case?
We have a very young team, and my speech to them after the game was telling them, like what I just told y'all, you can't rely, on the refs at the end of the game, especially in this building. Game 1 on the road, it's kind of a tough position to put ourselves in. But we take it on the chin and we just get ready for game 2. That's all I can do. The best thing about this is we play every other day, so we make our adjustments, get ready to go on Wednesday, and don't look too much into the 2-minute report. It just is what it is. But I just think that there's going to be some glaring things there.
Might not mean much, but obviously that dunk by Obi in the playoff game, no less. What did you guys think of him having the audacity to pull that off?
Oh, man, we see him do it all the time. I'm not going to lie. He walks out of bed and do some stuff like that. So, juiced us up, obviously, but it's just nothing new.
What do you think you guys can do better against Brunson? He does that almost every playoff game, but have you done better?
We definitely got to make, life a little more difficult with him. He's a special player, just plays angles very well. I think just keep throwing fresh bodies at him. We know he's gonna score his points. He shoots the ball 25, 30 times a game, so we know he's gonna get to his shots. But I think it's more so about limiting, their other role players. Someone like Josh Hart came in and had, a great game tonight and really juiced them up. DiVincenzo hit some big shots at the end. So it's one of those things where at times you gotta tip your cap to Brunson and then, try to do the job on the other guys.
It seemed like you were having a lot of success with hard dives to the rim off the screen and roll, not so much of hopping back. What did you see as an opportunity there in terms of the way they were playing the pick and roll coverage to give you those lanes to the rim?
They were breaking off their coverage, rather quickly. At times when I pop, I see teams do that. Sometimes they'll do it just to try to get in the glass, but I just took advantage of what was there and just reading the defense. It's the playoffs, so teams are going to make adjustments, so that's what it's all about, finding out the reads as quickly and as often as possible and trying to exploit them.
What's the number one thing you need to work on tomorrow at practice?
Emotion is going to be a big thing. I think we lost our first game, in Milwaukee, and it's kind of like you hear a pin drop, like the next day. And, I don't anticipate that being, our morale or, what our team's going to be about tomorrow. But emotion is big. And 2, so we talked about the controllable things, the hard showing hands, not fouling, not sending to the line to shoot 26 free throws, getting on the defensive glass a bit better. Those just to name a few.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks, Myles.